Good afternoon, SCP Foundation staff. This is Dr. Theron Sherman, broadcasting from Site 42. Welcome to a surprise Dr. Sherman's Office Hours stream. I am pulling up the SCP Wiki database right now while we wait for our staff members to pile into the stream. Professor Lizard, Wizard's Warrior, very good to see you guys. Random guy, there you go. Yes, well, this came out of nowhere. Office hour streams are whenever I have a free moment between testing. So as you can see, I'm waiting for maintenance right now. There's all sorts of madness mantras scrawled against the walls from our last test. So until maintenance gets here, I have to wait around before our next test. So in the meantime, I'll talk to you interns, you staff members, you Mobile Task Force agents. We'll talk SCPs and we'll see how things are going. And of course, make sure you hit that like button. We always like our likes to be higher than our viewer count. So right now, it says we have 6 viewers and 1 like. I think it's probably lagging. So while that catches up, hit that like button just to be sure. There's the avalanche of staff members. Glad the notification bell is working for you. Keep hitting that like button and I'll keep pulling up the SCP database so I can answer your questions. As you can see, I am out of my main office. I am in the field office, so that means that I will be trying my best to keep up with questions in the chat. And of course, if you are a member, so you have a green name instead of a white name, that makes it easier to see. And of course, super chats make it even easier because it sticks around for a hot minute. And of course, any donations to the Site 42 cause would be much appreciated. Has SCP-049 ever spared someone? Oh, all the time. SCP-049 will only come after you if you are affected by the pestilence. Of course, what pestilence, right? We have no idea what he's talking about, but 049 is perfectly cordial and friendly to people who it does not deem infected with the pestilence. Now, you could ask it to murk you if you wanted to. I don't know why, but you know, people join the Foundation with a death wish all the time, and that's not my problem. It is the psychology's department's problem. It's for their therapists to handle. Have you managed to make the tree scream? No, I haven't, but we're working on it. The luck of an ace. Thank you both for your first dono to today's stream, as well as being a member. We love our members here. They keep Site 42 afloat, me and our editors, Charles and Synth. Make sure to grab yourself a lemonade on your way past the commissary. Why is there pictures of SCP-096? Who's the genius who thought a self-anxious hell beast would be the best photo to take? Now listen. I cannot speak for people actually taking photos of 096 because that's a terrible idea. Obviously, that would activate it. It would cause problems. I can't believe people keep doing this. But instead, what I note is that when we make pictures of 049, they are drawings. They are artist renderings, because artist renderings do not activate SCP-049 or 096. So yes, we would not do something so daft as to activate 096 by taking a picture. Pardon. Prepper Chris, thank you for becoming a Level 1 researcher at Site 42. Much appreciated. Secure, contain, protect. Welcome to staff. Can I burn the tree, please, Dr. Sherman? Nope. If we burn the tree too much, because we've already run partial burn tests, if we destroy the tree, we can't make it scream. So that is not doable. We are done with burning tests. We have tried every burning test you could think of. And then a couple that you wouldn't think of with anomalous fire. SCP-457 was very helpful in that test. Luck of an Ace became a member again? I thought you were already a member. YouTube, you're confusing me. How many times have you almost died? You know, that's a really hard question to answer because in one way, you're talking about answering that question for me myself, which there is a hard number. But there's also the problem with the Foundation verse and the multiple universes. I have variants in different dimensions who are dying constantly. Some of them don't even have cool mustaches. Ugh. And so yes, depending on what multiverse you're focusing on, the different Dr. Shermans, some of them are very cool action martial artist guys, and they die less often. Me, I'm just a dancer, so while I am a little more physically aware and less clumsy, I am in fact not ready to defend myself from much, which is why we believe in the Foundation Fitness Initiative. You go to the gym, you hit the treadmill, you train the cardio. Just like Zombieland, you gotta have your cardio, you gotta be able to outrun. You don't need to be the fastest researcher, just not the slowest, and faster than the anomaly that's coming after you. Satan Official, thank you for becoming a mobile task force captain at the Site 42. That means that second tier of becoming a member, you have early access to our videos as well as access to full watch-alongs of our reaction videos. So when I release a reaction to an SCP short film or to Find Us Alive podcast, the full watch-alongs are for members only. That way we don't take the full viewing experience for our whatever we're reacting to from the creator proper. So they're going to, they appreciate that we do the highlights for the public, but keep the full watch-alongs for members only. So Mobile Task Force Captain, right now we have SCP Class R, a live-action SCP web film that is currently on the Renegade Films YouTube channel, and our reaction to it is currently up. The highlights version will be coming up soon, but you can check out the full reaction right now if you're a Mobile Task Force Captain. Command Cat 269, thank you for becoming a level 1 researcher. As well as Chyla Aurora, thank you for becoming a level 1 researcher. Kyla or Chyla, I'm not sure. When I see you correct me, I'll let you know. Money issue, had to cancel for a minute. No problem, Luck of an Ace, thank you and welcome back. Yeah, never give if it's going to hurt you. We are all for supporting our faves, both Site 42 and all your favorite creators out there, mainly so we can have less problems with advertisers. I would rather Site 42 not have ads and just be crowdfunded, but that's going to take a long time. So in the meantime, sponsorships are still part of the painful process. But thank you for being a member and helping us mitigate that somewhat. Also, what if the tree can't scream because it dies too fast for there to be any pain to register? Now listen. The tree is alive, the tree is planted, because we need that tree to survive if it's going to scream. We take very good care of it. We water it every day. We make sure to prune its branches, both for trying to make it scream purposes, as well as just to take good care of the tree, because we have to take very good care of it. That way we can hurt it for longer. Thank you for your wonderful question and donation. Checking back the chat. Bread Soldier, thank you for your first dono to the Site 42 coffers. Make sure to grab yourself an autograph from Bread Jesus over at the commissary. SCP, is it 3,300? No, that's not Bread Jesus. Hold on. 3305. SCP-3305 is Bread Jesus, one of many Jesuses, or Jezi, that we have here at the Foundation. So if you enjoy bread as much as many of you seem to, then you can go get Bread Jesus' autograph at the commissary right now. Will you take my SCP dog that I have locked away? Yes, we will gladly contain that for you. And if it's a little too trouble for our containment specialists, we have a great agreement going on with Wilson's Wildlife Solutions, a animal-based group of interest in the Foundation verse that's very similar. It's just like if Steve Irwin was an SCP dude. And so with that in mind, if we can't handle it, Wilson's will be able to. And let me go see if there's any donos I missed real quick. Checking on what kind of chat we have. Super chat, way down here. Got it all covered there. Good job. I didn't miss a thing. Dr. Sherman, didn't I cook your guts one time and feed it to my friends and I? Well, sickens, if you did that, it was not in this universe, and I am thankful for that. You know, the amount of times that variants of me have been cooked and eaten, or even eaten raw. You remember when that the alchemist shrunk me, and then Dr. Albie just ate me whole, like a little Willy Wonka guy, and just, it's incredibly rude and extremely unprofessional. Horrible staff behavior. Can you take my cat girl back? Madam Burb, no, you requested it, you put in the forms in triplicate, now you're annoyed that it's annoying? I warned you that the cat girls were super annoying. Me, all the time. You asked for a cat-made waifu, you requisitioned it, you deal with it, not our problem anymore. It stays in your dormitory. Prepper Chris, thank you for your dono. Dr. Sherman is a researcher both at Site 42 and the Wiki. Can you talk to the overseers? Maybe you can help fast track my senior researcher title, please and thank you. So, Prepper Chris, I can only assume that you became a staff member at the Foundation due to your Prepper ideology. And so I can assume that you are pretty solid at keeping survivalist stuff. So I would suggest someone in your realm to end up as a field agent or a mobile task force agent rather than a senior researcher. But, you know, diversity is our strength at the Foundation. And so diversity of thought helps us to stay elastic and strong when we are dealing with the wild realm of anomalies we deal with. So with that in mind, I will see what I can talk to the overseers about. Make sure you get your credentials into me by end of day, and I will pass them on. Is SCP-682 smashable? Well, it has been known that if we put it into a hydraulic press, it forms very strong vertical protrusions that stop it from getting smashed. So at the end of the day, I don't believe that SCP-682 is smashable. Thank you for your question. Charlie's Intrusive Thoughts. First off, thank you for becoming a member. Sherman, someone stole my gum again. If it happens one more time, I will loose every Euclid on the site. Sincerely, Dr. Liz. Dr. Liz, listen. Listen, okay? Listen. Your gum was taken in the service of stopping a containment breach. We found a pinhole leak in SCP, I forget what number it is. It's the water nymph. And it's a water entity, and there was a pinhole leak in its containment cell. And we needed something to clog the leak in a hurry. And the gum, it was there, okay? I'm sorry, except I'm not sorry, because I saved this goddamn site from breaching, okay? I'll replace your gum. I'll replace your gum. My word. Loose every Euclid. We just stopped a Euclid from getting use. Ay caramba. Just get flex tape. Well, I wish we had some, but janitorial was off playing blackjack. Unprofessional. Little WCUE fan, thank you for being a member. SCP-999 has been attacked. By what? Who attacked the goo boy today? Everyone's, it's the nicest little guy. What if we roughhoused it? Incredibly rude, ridiculous. I don't know why you would do such a thing. Bad behavior. I will wreck their ish as soon as I get the opportunity. Hello, Daniel. Thank you for your 5th dono to the Site 42 cause. Make sure to grab yourself some Hot Pockets on your way past the commissary. Why is this giant armored man asking me about the God Emperor? Please help. I see what happened. Okay, so earlier today, we were testing on SCP, checking it out, SCP-3973. Now, SCP-3973 is an anomalous Warhammer figurine. And this anomalous Warhammer figurine, what it does, its anomalous ability, is that it can alter the effect of dice rolls. So if there is a dice rolled within specifically a 50 centimeter radius. So within a 50 centimeter radius, it can anomalously influence the effect of dice rolls. And what it does, I believe, is it always makes it a bad dice roll, if I'm remembering this correctly. And so what we were trying to do is we were trying to affect a probability-based anomaly. I forget which one, so many numbers in the foundation. But what we did is we put SCP-3973 in the embiggening chamber. And once it was in the embiggening chamber, then, instead of being a little figurine, it was a very big figurine. And so it can still talk, and it can still affect probability, but now it can affect probability at a much wider range. So that's awesome, right? That's a great idea. Except it still only works on dice. And it still only has bad reactions. So, at the end of the day, this was not a useful test, unfortunately. But I see that you had an interaction with 3973, and so I am glad for you that it's just a figurine, a big figurine, but a figurine, and it's not going to murder you painfully in the name of the God Emperor. So, you're welcome for that. Scrolling down, I see the desk of Alto Clef is present in the chat. Thank you for your sweet moderation skills. Dr. Charger, thank you for being a member. I am kind of stuck playing SCP-1633. I'm in the middle of fighting level 15. 1633, let me see if I can help you out there. 33. Do-do-do. Computer game created by a defunct independent game studio that's redacted, so we don't know who. Gosh darn it. Copy in Foundation possession is a beta version. Core gameplay is relatively complete. Incomplete aspects. Art assets are missing. Blah, 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 blah. Typical progression is as follows. Enemies lack basic strategies. Enemies can adapting to tactics. Countering individual strategies. Tactics which affect the player instead of the characters. Enemies begin attacking the player psychologically. Terrors attack each player's psychological makeup. Facing a player who micromanages characters with a fine degree of control, enemies use attacks which did little or no damage but cause the characters to become dazed, a state which temporarily disrupts the player. Where is level 15? Where is level 15? Are you going to die? Are you going to die? Probably not, he will be fine. Nothing at all is going wrong. I am lying to you all, he's probably toast. I can't find anything in the testing guide about level 15. Probably because they keep redacting official documents. Site 15, footnote 15. So I'm so sorry to say, Dr. Charger, they just have redacted so much in this document that I cannot tell you what happens on level 15. Therefore, I do not have a strategy to save you. So I'm sorry, and good luck. Oh boy. Site 42 staff, I'm excited to say that the likes are at 186 and the viewers are at 198. So smash that like button and let's take that like count higher than the viewers. I believe in you. ARS from Satan Official. Thank you, Satan Official. We appreciate the underworld's support in our mission to contain the anomalous. Make sure to grab yourself some unholy wafers on your way past the commissary. I wonder why I'm not an SCP. Don't get me wrong, I love being captain of Mobile Task Force Beta 7. Well, that and not being experimented on, especially not being experimented on, if I'm perfectly honest. So here's the deal. Sometimes we contain anomalies. We need to contain anomalies. And in some universes, that's all we do. We lock them up, we throw away the key, it's all over. Sometimes we do let anomalies who have displayed good behavior, loyalty to the Foundation, we let them have free time. We give them upgrades to their containment cell. That way they can happily stay in containment and not cause us problems. And yes, if an anomaly could help with the containment of other anomalies and loyalty to the Foundation and not trying to run, then you might get put on a mobile task force. We all remember what happened with Abel. He was a little bit too much of a hothead, a little too wanting to murder, which we don't approve of. We don't destroy. We secure, contain, protect. So, with that in mind, Abel was an okay fit, and honestly, I was pretty confused at the idea that Satan would be willing to help the Foundation so forwardly. But, you've done a good job. I have not had any complaints from the team. And so just keep up the good work, Satan. Unicorn Girl, thank you for being a member. What the hell is murdering your YouTube app? Have you tried turning it off and on again? That's what IT's always telling me to do. They tell me to turn it off and on again. But if that's not the case, then turn your phone off and on again. And if that doesn't work, then there's probably some sort of anomalous artificial intelligence messing with your phone, and you should throw it in a Faraday cage rather quickly. We can't let it get out. Charlie, Dr. Liz, the tree in your yard is screaming. Please look into it. No, you see, that's fine. All trees scream. And so, just in the real world, not even joking SCP style, trees are known scientifically to scream. And so, we can't hear the frequency. Therefore, we don't really know what's going on. But we know that trees scream. And what that means is that the tree that's screaming in your lawn, perfectly normal, don't worry about it. We want 4521 to scream because it currently isn't screaming. And that's messed up. And we're going to fix it with violence. Little WQ fan. The tree is screaming. I showed it furries. Now listen. We, here at Site 42, cannot disparage furries, as we have our own mobile task force made up of furries. They are the Mobile Task Furries, and their job is to contain furry-related anomalies, like SCP-3312. So, 4521 is already well inoculated against the Mobile Task Furries, and I know that they didn't make it scream, so your funny ha-ha little joke there did not trick me, mister. I am not fooled, monsieur, by your foolhardy attempts at foolishness. Dr. Sherman, I'm going to need you to return everybody's doubloons or I will stage a containment breach so that everyone can get them back. Dr. Primrose, you silly person. You think that you yourself is going to stop the entire Foundation from containing an anomalous currency? Ridiculous. We are going to contain these doubloons. There's no stopping us. We are unstoppable. Any anomalous threat that tries to stop us, it will in turn be stopped and put in a box with the anomalous doubloons. But not in the same box as the anomalous doubloons, because then they would have access to the doubloons, and that's against the point. Instead, we will put them in a box adjacent to the doubloons, but just so they can be close to them and know they can't reach them, so it's really insulting, but not a box that they can get out of, so that you can, not have them. Luck of an ace. Thank you for your next dono. If John Cena was an SCP, how do you contain him? How do you contain someone you can't see? So, we have many invisible anomalies. One of the most prominent is SCP-5031, because not only is SCP-5031 not visible, but it actually disappears from baseline reality when you observe it. So it's only there if you're not looking. But we did figure out ways to realize it's there even if we weren't looking at it, and take note of its existence and put it in a box. So don't worry, John Cena, who does exist, will still be contained. Opinion on thaumaturgus. Also, it's Chilla. Okay, Chilla, thank you for the correction. Also, any tips for beginner pen spinners? So, for thaumaturgus, they're okay. They're a very useful part of the Foundation. Obviously, anyone with their own anomalous abilities has to be watched very carefully, but they do a very important job in battling the Serpent's Hand and keeping things contained of an occult nature, so we appreciate the work they do. And for beginning pen spinners, all right, you've unlocked the secret Easter egg, which is pen class. Welcome to Dr. Sherman's pen spinning class. I hope you have your pen handy. So the first thing you do is you hold the pen in your hand just like you're going to write, right here. But then you take it between the two fingers there. So I've got my pen, I'm writing, and then I remove my thumb and I put my pen between the two fingers. Now, if it's the other way around, doesn't matter, as long as the pen's between your pointer and your index finger to start. Then you start by wiggling. The wiggle is the most important move. You want to learn to wiggle until it gets horizontal one way and until it gets horizontal the other way. Wiggle it horizontal, wiggle it horizontal, wiggle it horizontal, wiggle it horizontal. Then, once you have it horizontal, you catch it with the next finger. Boom. Now it's between your next two fingers. Wiggle it both ways, horizontal, horizontal. Even if you can't get it fully horizontal, you have to get it just far enough to catch it with the next finger. Then you practice your wiggles. Wiggle, 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 yeah. Wiggle, 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 yeah. You get it over the top, you catch. Over the top, you catch. Under the bottom, catch, under the bottom, catch. Top catch, bottom catch, bottom catch. Top catch, bottom catch, bottom catch. You can also reverse the direction. But the key is just to wiggle and catch, and you're going to be sitting there twirling your pen for hours. It takes practice to build the muscle memory and coordination. But once you get it, then you get it both ways, you get faster and faster. A lot of people cheat by using their wrist to give the pen a little more momentum. And I love doing that just because I love it when it spins faster. And so I use the momentum of my wrist circles to help that out. But you want to practice finger coordination first. It's easier if you put your palm up because then gravity is keeping the pen between your fingers. It's harder palm down because gravity is trying to steal the pen from you and you want to use your fingers to grab it. You should practice both ways. And you can also practice with your hand horizontal, so the pen's going up and down your fingers this way. So I'm going one way, toward you, and now I'm going away from you. I don't even know if you can see the difference. And the comments have stopped scrolling, so I hope you're practicing. Are you practicing? And so this is how you practice pin spinning. We're pin spinning here. You practice your pen spin the Dr. Sherman way. I just practiced up and I just started doing this. I've been practicing my pen spin for 10 years now. I just did it while I was teaching my dance lessons. My students were dancing and I was just fiddling with a pen. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at 963 viewers, almost 1,000 concurrent viewers, but we only have 246 likes. Smash that like button. Let's get that caught up. We need those likes to be above the view count, not so far below. I believe in you, Site42 staff. We can do this. Luck of an ace. I might be an SCP. I have an anomalously terrible memory. Well, we can put you through a test and see how bad your memory is, but I warn you, if it's successful, then you're going in a box. I'm not sure how much you want that. Oh, and as a last note for your pen spinning, you should also do it with the other hand too. You got to practice it both ways. Palm up the other way. Sideways, sideways the other way. Palm down the other way. That's how you keep getting used to it. What is the biggest SCP? Interesting. So, there's a lot of them. Who knows all of them? I don't know all of them. But I do know one of the biggest. And that is a shrimp that is the size of an entire galaxy. SCP 5909 is a crustacean measuring an estimated 2.1 light years in length. Now, it is 7.5 light years away from us, or it was, until it flew to Earth, and it spawned a billboard for Red Lobster endless shrimp. And once that happened, we started interviewing the advertising agencies for Red Lobster to see what the hell that was up with. Because that was crazy. But yes, Amber, that was you. Thank you, Amber, for, of course, being a member. And you mentioned the infinite fish. Whether you mean my favorite infinite fish, the longest fish, we find the tail, is Great Infinitude, 5320, or if you mean SCP-3000, which is the other infinite fish, this time with Forgetty Juice. Either way, if it is on planet Earth, then while it is infinite, unless it goes into some other dimension, it can't possibly be bigger than 5909 because its infinitude is trapped on the planet Earth. It's not like we're all covered in loops of fish. So 5909 has to be bigger than that because it's bigger than Earth by a million times. It's 2.1 light years big. But then the infinite fish both do not breach Earth's atmosphere. So unless they are interdimensional somehow, we don't know. Same can be said for the infinite IKEA. That is in another universe, pocket universe of infinite IKEA. So probably, again, it's infinite, but is it really infinite? Or is it just really, 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 really big to the point where we can't tell? So I'm going with 5909 until one of these infinite anomalies actually proves themselves to be anomalous or infinite. SCP-049, why do you have the gender switching stone? Why did you dispose of a guard to get it? You know that they've been giving it to you as a prank against me anyways. You didn't have to hurt that guy. You didn't need any more zombies. That's insult to injury. All right, I know I missed a super chat or two. Let me go back and check. I got the tree to scream. How do I get it to shut up? Well, luck of an ace. I'm assuming that's the tree in your office and not 4521 because the sensors that say that 4521 is screaming are not going off. So in that case, it's time for you to murk that tree. I suggest fire. Where's your lab coat today? Also, you sound echoey. Well, thank you, Pancake Dragon, for your dono, and make sure to grab yourself some pancakes on your way past the commissary. So, because I'm out on a field test at the field location, my lab coat is back in my office. So, right now it's just Hawaiian shirt time, which is always the vibe. And then we have the echo because this is a big, empty testing chamber. And so it's not sound treated for recording, but I'm doing my office hours on the fly today. Desk of Alto Clef. While I thank you for your moderation services and your donation to the stream, the fish is not a loop. It's infinite. That means there are two ends and they're infinitely away from each other. It's not a circle. A circle or a loop is not infinite. There is a finite. The fish is not a loop. Dragon Rocks for you. Thank you for being a member for 2 months. I like that it tells me that. How would SCP-096 react to something like echolocation? You know, I have been very curious about this myself. Not curious enough to test it, because then we'd have to, murk someone probably. But here's the thing. I think if you have the kind of echolocation we have in reality, like for dolphins or for humans who are blind, but they can hear enough echoes to travel well, then in that case, I don't think their knowledge of 096's face is specific enough to conjure a detailed enough image in their minds that 096 will go after them. But if they had a super strong echolocation, an exceptionally detailed, I'm thinking like Daredevil, where Daredevil echolocates and can see people's faces and minor facial expressions, even though it's echolocation, then I do declare probably will get murked. So Daredevil would get murked by 096, that is my belief. Site-42 staff, I'm happy to announce, I was almost happy to announce that we had 293 likes and 263 viewers, so we were more likes than viewers. But then the viewers jumped to 308. So you got to smash that like button and get that view count over 308 so our likes are more than our viewers. I believe in you, Site-42 staff. We do not fail. Luck of an ace. Would I still be able to watch wrestling in the box? If so, I am fine with it. So, if you were to be contained as anomalous and you followed a successful protocol of being contained on good behavior, you may be able to get a television set in your containment cell and some cable. And I believe then, although I believe the WWE just sold rights to Netflix, and that means that if WWE's on Netflix, you'd need to work a little bit harder to get yourself a streaming service account. And of course, if you do get the streaming account tier of good behavior, we'd have to make sure that there was no input devices that would allow you to hack your way onto public internet. Because, we have a problem where that one guy hacked, it was PlayStation, I think? He hacked Sony using a Prime Stick or a Fire Stick. So we'd have to negotiate the terms, but on very good behavior and with the right circumstances, you could probably watch wrestling. What to do if Dr. Redacted found out about the Tesla gun and is pointing it at 096? So that has been dismantled for safety purposes on my command. We're not having that around, so no one's going to mess with it. Easy. River, thank you for becoming a level 1 researcher. Welcome to Site-42 staff. Members have green names, makes it easier to see what they type. We much appreciate it. Over in top chat, Dr. Liz, look into the SCP known as bug snacks. The creatures are small in food shape and turn the consumer's limbs into food. Is that a real SCP or is that a fictional SCP? Is that a... SCP, bug snacks. Are you real or are you made up? So I made an SCP entry for bug snacks on Tumblr. Oh God, you're making me go to Tumblr? Oh no. Oh, don't open no app. Don't open no app. You just go to the website, huh? You don't need an app for this. Just open the page. It's fine. I thought with the ending and all the disturbing stuff that this game has, I would fit perfectly with SCP stuff. Not to mention there has to be an SCP equivalent in the Grumpus world. GCP, SGP, SCG, I don't know, man. Have some horror writing about Muppets. SCP-3470, Sentient Sustenance. Keep reading. Snacktooth Island. Nature of landmass, most SCP teams, authorized personnel, enter or exit, 3470. So this is not a canon SCP, just as a note. We have discovered that. It's an unofficial SCP article. Large landmass, significant aspect, variances of sentient life, take appearance of common food items, such as A1, Strabby, ripe red strawberry that appears like with dollar store googly eyes, flora being inedible, the instances are the only force of subsistence, eat some fruit bugs, interview fruit bugs, eat the fruit bugs, So I can't read much of this because Tumblr keeps trying to stop me from reading it on browser, and I'm not going to update the Tumblr app today. That's annoying. So unfortunately, that is all I can get. But I guess my final note on a bug snacks. Where was that message? In the supers. I seem to have lost it. Sorry about that, member, but long story short, the unofficial article looks like with some work and cleanup, it could be an official article. I don't know the story fully because I couldn't get a full read, but yeah, if it's interesting enough. That said, I don't like spiders or bugs in general, so I'm automatically not a fan. Pancake Dragon. You said you were out in the field, but also in an empty test chamber. Which one is it? So, I understand your confusion. I'm not in a field. I'm out in the field at a field office. So, I'm not at a main Foundation site. I'm at a small field facility that we use for testing things off-site. And so, because of that, my lab coat is back on-site. Also, I'm thinking about changing my username to Waffle Dragon. Well, you know, I am neutral on waffles and pancakes. I enjoy both of them greatly. I don't want to start a waffle or pancake war in the chat. That's not something I would want to happen. That would be so horrible if people started voting on waffles and pancakes and which was the superior snack for our dragon here to have in their name. But I am partial to both equally, so as long as you got some butter and some syrup on those, I am here for it, as well as French toast. All of these are the perfect breakfast cake foods. Prepper Clarice. Dr. Sherman 049 is asking for a D class. Can I... What time is it? Yes! No. It would have been yes. It would have been on schedule for 049 to get a new D class, but it stole the gender switching stone and it murked Kevin. And in Kevin's name, that's bad behavior. So no, 049 does not get another D class. Forza Motorsports Sports Cars. Thank you for becoming a level 1 researcher. Thank you kindly for your support of the Site 42 channel. I'm sure that Charles and Synth, our editors, would also say thank you. Pan Ace Kitty, thank you for becoming a member as well. Very much appreciated. The Site42 staff is growing, making us make bigger and better videos and not having to deal with sponsors as much. What would happen if SCP-069 looked at himself? So I'm assuming you mean 096 because 069 does not have any sort of triggering effect like that. And 096 would actually not care if it saw itself. It already knows how it looks, and that's why it's so mad. So since it knows what it looks like, it doesn't care, it already knows. It only cares if new people see it. Oh, and grab yourself some olive bread on your way past the commissary. Oscar, thank you for your first dono to Site42. Back to chat. Am I late? Well, you are coming to the near end of the stream. We're about 10 minutes out from the finale. We've been here for about 50 minutes, but make sure to check out the VOD when it's done because it will be in the Dr. Sherman's Office Hours playlist. Every time we finish a stream, I throw it in the playlist so you can go back and check everything out. May I ask your opinion on the rubber? He explains SCPs. Well, I try to be a positive influence in the SCP community, and I try not to speak ill very often, but I'm just not a huge fan of the channel The Rubber. And the real crux of the reason, same reason I kind of have a problem with Detective Void's channel, is because both of those companies hire multiple people, but they churn out content so fast and so dirty, and you can tell they're really just in it for the money. They're not trying to expand their channels and grow their art styles. And so when I see someone just kind of treading water, the same thing, and not trying to make bigger and better things or really work with the community, I'm just not into it. So I guess also they do a lot of things, they get a lot of the stories wrong in ways that are counter to the stories on the wiki. So it's one thing if you kind of tell your own story using an SCP and you're trying to make art and improving things, but usually they're just trying to be clickbaity. I don't know. I don't want to talk too much on it. It's negative. I'm not a fan. Oh, saw Ghost Raptor. Thank you for your first Site42 dono. Have you seen the videos by Tat's Top Videos? Tat's Top Videos, they are a lot better. I am a bigger fan of them. Now, I don't watch their content all the time. They do a lot of non-SCP stuff, but Sedition, pretty decent series. It's a little slow for my taste, but that's why I crank it 2 times speed. But yeah, Tats puts the work in. They're doing animation. They're doing the lot of good voice work, a lot of good character work. They're expanding the lore. Obviously, my headcanons are sometimes different from theirs, but they're a good example of a channel who is putting in the effort. So I appreciate them a lot better. Cody Fox, the fish is not a loop. Desk of Alto Clef, you did this. You started this mess in my chat. I can't believe you did this to me on this, the day of my daughter's wedding. I don't have a daughter. There's no wedding. I'm just so... Unicorn Girl, my YouTube app keeps giving up. Hold it up. Hold up the YouTube app. Work it. We only got to make it 8 more minutes. Is Bill's cipher able to be contained by Site42 and able to be kept there for testing without killing anyone? So, Bill's cipher actually has a full, if X is not an SCP, but if it were, video here on the Site42 YouTube channel. Well, when I originally made the series, it was for TikTok, so episodes had to be less than a minute. But I used several of those episodes and made a series where I expanded on those videos. So if you look up Bill Cipher is not an SCP, then you should get right up top our video, which is an expanded edition of the Bill Cipher containment video with multiple scenarios. Also, you could just watch the whole X is not an SCP, but if it were, compilation video, because we have that out too. Will a hydraulic press smash SCP-173? So, technically, it is just made of concrete and rebar. So if the hydraulic press that you're using is strong enough to crush concrete and rebar, it could destroy 173 very easily. But then we wouldn't be able to test it anymore. So we would not do that. We don't destroy anomalies if we can research them. Ghost Raptor. Someone showed 1981 to 999 and traumatized it. That's rude. 999 likes nice things. Why would you show it Ronald Reagan cut up while talking? It's pretty rude if you ask me. Sounds like someone's hankering for a demotion to D class. Oh, and since I forgot earlier, Ghost Raptor, make sure to grab yourself some ghost peppers on your way past the commissary. Thank you for your donos. Charlotte, 6 more days until your birthday. Well, happy birthday in advance. Would it be safe to see an image of 096's face if the image was altered in some sort of way? Yes, Dr. Primrose, unless it is an actual photograph of SCP-096's face or a videotape of an unobstructed face, you're fine. Now, of course, the knowledge of exactly how much of a percentage of its face you have to see is unknown. Because remember, 4 fucking pixels. So, obviously, 4 fucking pixels, that's not even a full face. That's not even perceptible as a face. It's 4 gray dots in a square. But that was enough to trigger it. So, I'm going to err toward it's a bad idea to try. Stick with the drawings. What would happen if you put in 294 a cup of the cup under 294? So, I would assume that, so it would make a cup of molten cup. And so what you said is a cup of the cup under 294. So I think you're trying to make a logic puzzle here. But the thing is, if the cup were under 294, then it would be a cup on the floor under the vending machine. So then it would just take a bunch of some of that cup, liquefy it, and put it into the cup that's inside the 294 aperture. But if you wanted to get a cup under the cup that's in 294, which is what I think you were going for, then all that would happen is that it would turn the cup into liquid and then fall into the cup that's inside the cup, inside 294. But if you wanted to do a cup of the cup that's inside 294, then I would assume that some portion of the cup that's inside 294 would vanish and be liquefied, and then what's left would land in the remainder of the cup. I just said the word cup a lot. Cup. 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 Cupping. Cuppa. Cuppa, cuppa, cuppa. Is there a D&D SCP? So, this is the last question I'm going to answer because we're reaching the end of office hours. So, Decolored. Not only is there a D&D SCP, but during the SCP-7000 contest, they actually wrote an SCP that is 3 different tabletop modules that you can play. So SCP, TTRPG. So number 1, there is I'm not familiar with the game, but a group called 26 Letter Publishing has made an official an unofficial SCP tabletop RPG game. I am not sure of its quality because I've never played it and I'm unfamiliar with it, but it exists. And then in the SCP-7000 contest, SCP-7000, titled Initiative. And when it was done with the contest, it became... Nope, that's the real SCP-7000. SCP-7000 Contest Hub. And on the Contest Hub, I look up Initiative. And Initiative is SCP-7006. SCP-7006 is an official SCP article with, I believe it's 3 different tabletop modules that you can play. So I would check out the article and enjoy some sweet, sweet SCP D&D. And with that, we have reached the end of today's stream, and that means that we are ending, as we always end, with Dr. Sherman's favorite SCPs. So remember, these are not my SCPs that I wrote, because that would be cheating. Of course they're my favorite, I love them, I wrote them. But if you want to read the SCPs I wrote, you can head to the link in our bio. It's beacons.ai/site42. It's in the description of every video, so you can go there. And my SCP author page is listed on that set. Also on that set is our Patreon and our channel membership links. As many of you that can support Site42, it helps us grow the channel, make bigger and better sets, make bigger and better streams. I'm hoping to get a gaming computer soon so we can play SCP games. And I'll be gaming and we can be like a Twitch streamer or something like that. But all of that is up to viewers like you for support. So we appreciate your help. And now, Dr. Sherman's SCPs. I hope you have your pen ready. Dr. Sherman's SCPs of favorism are 3999, 3043, 008-J, Spooky-J, 5031, 5320, and 5175. I'll say them one more time. 3999, 3043, 008-J, Spooky-J, 5175, 5320, and 5031. I've been Dr. Theron Sherman. This has been another Dr. Sherman's Office Hours. Stay safe, Site42 staff, and secure, contain, protect. Desperate for changing, starving for truth. I'm closer to where I started. I'm chasing after you. I'm falling even more in love with you. Letting go of all I've held on to. I'm standing here until you make me move. Hanging by a moment here with you.